What is the difference between the Christian Bible and the Jewish Bible? As Christians, we would say that the Christian Bible consists of both the Old and the New Testament. And some people would say that, well, the Jewish Bible is really the Christian Bible without the Old Testament. Well, is that true? Let's explore this. The Jewish Bible is often referred to as the Torah. In its narrowest sense, the Torah refers to the first 5 books of the Bible. And in its broadest sense, the Torah includes all Jewish law and Jewish tradition. Current-day Jews do not consider that they have an Old Testament, or what the Christians refer to as Old Testament. The Jewish people would call the written Torah the Tanakh. Christians often refer to the written Torah as the Hebrew Bible, and this Bible contains the same text as Christians' Old Testament, but in a slightly different order. The Hebrew Bible ends with the historical books of Ezra and Nehemiah and Chronicles, but the Christian Old Testament ends with the prophecy of Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi. If you think about it, Jesus actually taught from the written Torah or from the Hebrew Bible. But at that time, the Jewish religious leaders also quoted the oral Torah. The Pharisees of the day, for instance, during Jesus' time, believed that the old Torah or oral Torah contained the unwritten instructions given to Moses by God, to help his people understand the laws and the regulations and how to interpret and apply them. These traditions were then passed down orally from one generation to another. And these Pharisees taught that the oral Torah carried the same authority as the written Torah. And in Mark 7, we have an encounter between Jesus and the Pharisee about the old Torah. And Jesus said, quote, "You ignore God's law and substitute your tradition," which is oral Torah. "You skillfully sidestep God's law in order to hold on to your own tradition," which is the oral Torah, unquote. This is in Mark chapter 7, verse 8 to 9. Jesus didn't necessarily condemn all aspects of oral law, but he made it clear that the God-inspired scripture, which is the written law, gave context to the oral law, and that scripture supersedes the oral law. And Jesus made it very clear in Mark chapter 7, 8 to 9. By AD 200, the oral Torah was written down in a document called Mishnah. Additional commentaries elaborating on the oral Torah or the Mishnah were continually being added to by rabbis. These commentaries were generally known as Gemara. They were written down and completed by AD 500. The Gemara and the Mishnah together are known as the Talmud. The Talmud deals with widely diverse subjects like agricultural laws, financial laws, issues of marriage, divorce and contracts, laws dealing with spiritual purity or impurity, sacrifices, and the temple. Today, the Talmud contains more than 6,000 folio pages and references and gives credit to over 2,000 scholars or teachers. So, in short, the Jewish Bible is more complex and it's a lot more expanded than the Christian Bible. Yet, if we narrow the focus of Jewish Bible to just the written Torah, our present Old Testament is the equivalent of the Jewish Hebrew Bible.